How's it going? Welcome back to my channel where we dive into the highs and the lows of living with a disability and together find our way to the center of the two extremes. My name is Miguel and today we're taking another active approach to challenging our disability and heading back to the mountain. So I don't know if you remember, but 3 years ago now, I hiked this mountain or hill, I don't know what the technical term for it, but called Table Rock here in Boise. It's pretty iconic because at the top there's a cross. So 3 years ago I wasn't a hiker. This year I'm not a hiker still, but you know, like always, my friends talked me into it. In my previous video, I actually ended up breaking my hand right before we got to the top of the mountain because I don't know what I did, but I tried to like use my hands to I don't know, to just get to the top, and for some reason my hand just broke.
So Miguel got hurt. We are almost at the top. Well, we're basically at the top of Table Rock. But so far, no one's had to carry him. He may have fractured one of his fingers.
So frustrating.
It's okay, you didn't break anything.
No, but I mean, like, how am I supposed to get over there now?
What do you mean?
I need both of the hands.
No, you don't.
You need your feet.
Yeah.
Other than that, I was very stubborn. I didn't want to accept help even when I fell. So in going this year, I was like, you know, I've been more physically active, and I think I've improved as far as my pride goes. So yeah, I can't wait. So we get there, and long story short, I don't want to say not much has changed, but I definitely have a long ways to go still, because I am not as physically fit as I had imagined myself to be. I could barely make it up there, and it was in large part like 99% due to the help of my roommates. One who actually allowed me to use them basically as a crutch. Some parts of the way up when it got more less accessible, you could say. And then my other roommate who did me the favor of recording or taking pictures, he kind of stayed behind, and every so often, you know, as we were going up, I would slip in the sand, and he already knew kind of what to do, so he would kind of put his foot to kind of stop my foot from slipping, and so I could regain my balance. So it was honestly a team effort in everybody's part, and I wouldn't have made it to the top without them. So the first big elephant in the room, right? My pride. I'm very stubborn, and sometimes I don't like accepting help. So this was a challenge for me, having to rely on my roommate pretty often to get up the mountain was hard for me. At some points, and for those of you who have been watching my channel, you know how my faith and my disability have kind of gone hand in hand through my life. So half of the way up, I was just feeling so frustrated, so angry that I physically couldn't do it, that I was literally just well, I wouldn't say arguing with God, but I was just not very happy because, you know, every so often as we were climbing, we would see like the different types of people, like couples and stuff like that coming down, or just people like going up or like running down, and you know, I would be like, God, it's not like I'm asking for like a Lamborghini or anything. Like, I'm just asking to be able to freaking hike this mountain, you know? Not too much of an ask, I would say. I had such a want to be able to hike by myself. And I just remember, if you have a disability, you might understand this. But it's such a visceral feeling in your body when you want to do something. Like in my head, I wanted to be able to hike so bad, but it was just literally being physically limited. Like I felt like my legs would not step over the rocks correctly. I was tired, my back was sweating the whole way. It was just not a good look. And in my head I was like, this shouldn't be this hard. Like, why is this hard? So again, the biggest thing, my pride. At one point, there were some really kind people coming down the mountain as we were going up, and they were like, oh, like, keep going, you guys are killing it, you know, trying to motivate us. And I kid you not, so normally I would be like very friendly, I would say hello, but at that moment it was in the midst of me feeling really low, trying to figure out my life, questioning my life. And so when they said that, I literally just, I didn't even know what to say. Their compliment, I was like, I don't need to hear this right now, lady. I'm literally like fighting with God right now. And you know, so it was kind of that moment. And my roommates even noticed that there was some tension, because they noticed that I took a while to reply, and then when I did reply, I kind of replied in between my teeth, like not really wanting to. I was just like, thank you, you know, and I think I like looked away.
Oh my gosh, this is what happened. How the fuck did I break my hand? No, hold on. Oh, subimos de otro lado, ¿no, Fred?
On to the next thing, the physicality of it, right? Obviously, you're hiking. Yeah, by the time we got up there, my body was basically like jello. And then since the first time that I hiked it 3 years ago, we didn't have to come down the mountain, because you can drive a certain way, like a certain length of it up. So when I broke my hand, some of my friends like ran down and like grabbed their car, so I only had to walk like a portion of the way down. But this year we had to walk all the way down, and again, because of my CP, like my balance is off and stuff like that, so it's almost harder for me to go down because I'm going with gravity, so my body just automatically wants to fall. It's just a thing with CP, you know? If it wasn't, again, for my roommate, who I'm sure woke up sore the next day because I was clutching onto him for dear life. And then to make things worse, it just got dark. So at one point, you know, we were just minding our way down, and we start hearing coyotes, and they were like really loud, and they were getting closer. And at that point, I was just like, my survival mode kicked in, and I even told my roommate, I was like, you gotta walk faster, let's go, I don't care, just just drag me down. I just didn't want to get eaten there. I joked around, I was like, when it comes to surviving, I even forget about my disability, let's just go, it's time to go, you know? So yeah, but we made it down, thankfully. All in all, I think this experience was good for me because A, I got a freaking good workout from it. I could barely walk by the time we got back, and the next day I woke up sore, which is what I love because that means I'm getting stronger, right? Like your body's getting stronger. So I was all for it. Like I said, pride-wise and attitude-wise, I wish I would have handled it a little bit better, but you know, that's just something to work on for the next time I go up there, or the next, in 3 years, you know? So we made it to the top of Table Rock. This was the only other time that I've been here since I broke my hand a couple years back. I'm pooped, but we made it to the top. I definitely have a lot of work to do in the gym. Because, yeah, one of the thoughts that I had while we were going up, as we were going up, it was, I think, one of the things that really made me angry with myself, and again with God, was that I felt that I was slowing them down. And for me, that's a lot to, that's a lot to think about, right? So again, thank you to my roommates for being patient, for knowing about my pridefulness and, you know, still being there. I really appreciate it. So yeah. So we made it down the hill. That's a whole nother battle that I was not prepared for. We escaped the coyotes, thankfully. Shoot. That was scary. But we made it. So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this guy a thumbs up because I would have been a goner without him. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. And like always, I hope you have a great rest of your day, a rest of your week, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.